Hey, this is Ryan Cavino with Northeast Realty Partners and RyanCavinoRealEstate.com, bringing you the Wilmington, Mass. Bank-owned update for the last 6 months. And since we're just starting, we're going to go back 6 months, and then we'll update it weekly to see if anything's new, if anything went under agreement or sold or came on the market or had a price change. And we'll go from there, update it weekly, and if there's nothing to report, we'll still have the link up there so you can go search for these types of properties. Let's start off with what some of the stuff sold for. We got One Veranda Ave. It's a bungalow. It's on the market for 137 days and sold for $225, and it's about 1,400 square feet. But take a look at it. I mean, it's got a chimney in the kitchen, but this house is most certainly attractive, if not desirable, with the location and the size of the house and some of the skylights and what you can do here. I mean, they got it for $225, and let's go back and see what this property history was like here. They bought it, and someone bought it in 1997 for $145, and then in 2004, just 7 years later, they sold it for $332. They more than let's say they almost made 200 grand in that purchase. Hopefully they didn't do any refis or anything, but here's the people that potentially got foreclosed on. They bought it for $332 in 2003, and we should have known something was up with the assessed value being about $200,000. I guess they couldn't keep up. So that property once went for $332, and I wouldn't expect it to get back there too soon, but $225, maybe it might get up to $299 in just a few short years. Let's check out the other one on Glen Road for $157, and this property had sustained water damage, so that has an effect on some of these figures because some work has to be put into the property. But just to go back and take a look, they closed on this on October 5th, and just let's see the property history with this one. This was purchased for $127 in '93, and then in 2003 it was sold for $350, and then in 2006 those people went ahead and sold it for $353, and then ultimately I'm assuming those are the ones who got foreclosed on, and it just sold for $157, but it had significant water damage, so who knows what the amount of water damage, but we can see that almost $200,000 and what it last sold for. Unbelievable. So looking at the under agreements, and this is my favorite. I had this as a pick of the week way back when. This was renovated fairly recently. 1,638 square feet, Howard floors, pottery barn, paint colors there. You can probably touch that up or just go over it really quickly, and if you wanted to sand the floors, you can. But it's got some high-end cabinetry in granite and stainless steel. Obviously, this would have to go. Replace some rugs, redo those walls, and you're good to go. Has some nice fixtures and nice work. I don't think it has a basement. It does have a bulkhead right there. And let's see what this property was purchased for. Sold in 2005 for $425, and they tried to sell it for $440 a couple of years later, or 1 year later, unsuccessfully. Then they rented it, and then ultimately got foreclosed on, and selling for about $100,000 less than what the last people paid for it, and probably went for a little less than $339. Now, some of the ones that are on the market now, there's 10 Silver Lake Ave, 154. It's a bungalow, and basically a lot for 154. We got 1202 Puglia Place, which is a attached single family in a community of attached single families with, I think there's a few standalone properties every here and there, but that one's on for $229. Let's take a look and see what this was sold for. $135 back in '98, so stayed there for a while. Maybe they refinanced or just had hard times following them. Anyway, that is our bank-owned update. Let's see, got two more to show you. 50 North Street. It's an oversized split entry home with a pretty low to the ground bottom floor. floor. I mean, from looking at these pictures, it looks like a ranch, but now it's a split, and it's just the grade of the home. Got a new septic, so that one's been on for 60 days. Hopefully they'll be making a price adjustment with that one soon, so they can get more activity. And we get 9 Mystic Ave, which was being used as a 2-family. I do think we see 2 kitchens here in a minute. There's one, and there's the other. Let's check the property history. Sold for $409 in 2005. Wow, now it's on the market for $299. And then we got 50 North. Oh, wait, they did it. So come back next week. We'll still have the link for you to check out all of these properties, and the video will remain up here, and hopefully we'll have some news next week. Talk to you soon.